Creators, today we're going to practice drawing the body in motion to prepare for our paintings. So what we're going to do first is you're going to get a long piece of paper like this. You are going to fold it so that this part is halfway. So you don't have to measure it, just use your finger and say, okay, this is half of the paper. That's where I'm going to fold it to. Then press down. Then you're going to flip it over and you're going to take this part and you're going to fold it back here. Okay? So I'll show you again. You're going to fold to the half, flip it over, and then fold in. So you have 3 parts. You're going to make sure your name and art code is somewhere on the back. And then you are going to decide what 3 different motions you want to show. Now for your painting, you're going to be just showing yourself doing something where your body bends, doing one activity. But for this class, we're going to practice sketching out 3 different ways that your body might move during a particular activity. So let's say you want to show yourself maybe playing chess. I have a lot of different printouts here. If you don't see what you want here, we also have these figures, these like mannequin figures that bend, and we'll be able to bend them in the position that we might need. So be very careful with these because they're very fragile. But if I was doing something where I wanted to show a body sitting down, I could look at this, or I could look at the mannequin, or I could look at both. So this is a good picture. Some of the pictures are a little blurry, but we'll just do our best. And I'm actually gonna start with stick figures. I know that sounds crazy because I'm all for using shapes to draw, but we are gonna use shapes after. But I'm gonna start with stick figures. So I'm gonna start with a line for like the torso. Then I'm going to break this leg down into different parts. And when I'm doing that, I'm looking to see where the body's bending and if it's a diagonal or if it's straight. So here I have this arm is a diagonal line, and then it kind of comes in like that. And then here it kind of comes out, and then I have the head. So now that I have that, I can add onto it by doing what kind of looks like sausages or ovals, but I like to think of it almost like sausage links. And when you add that on, all of a sudden the body starts to take on more of a shape. So do you see how our arms are made up of different bones, different parts? Then you can kind of add in where the rest of the body would be. And you can add in where the feet might be and where the hands might be. And if we even have time, you could add in some clothing and some other things afterwards. But this is a good start because you see the body bending. I could add on a chair if I want to, but that's not really the most important part. But if I want to show that they're sitting, I can kind of look at that picture and add on that chair. So now I'm going to move on to another figure. And again, I might use the picture if I want to show someone maybe playing a sport, or I can manipulate this figure to be in the same position. Here you can see those like sausage shapes that I was talking about, those long ovals that we're going to break the body down into. I did someone, you could see I added on some of the shapes for the kicking a soccer ball. You can even add in some accessories if you want. Today's really more importantly about getting the body to bend. But if you have extra time, you can then look at your photos and you can kind of round out certain spots so that it looks more realistic, because obviously we don't see the sausage shapes that I drew. We can erase inside those shapes once we get the proper bend. So now this last one, I'm going to do someone maybe playing baseball. So again, I'm going to start with that diagonal line here, which would be the body. Then I'm going to look carefully at the legs and see how they turn. And this one is just one straight diagonal. And then I can do the arms, which would be diagonal, diagonal, and this one just looks like one over here. So now that I have that, then I can start to build up, get my torso in here. This, if I'm looking at the picture, I actually see this kind of comes out. So this leg is a little bit bigger. And this, you only see some of it. So that's important to look for. Then I can add on the feet if they're up or if they're straight. And then I can add on the other parts to that person. And then if you want, you can even add in the bat. I think I don't have space for the whole bat. But if you draw your smaller, you might be able to add in the back. Then again, like I said before, if you finish early, if we have time, you can round out your shapes and erase those sausage links that we saw inside. Have fun.